Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we are going to talk about something that I find very suspicious. There are a few little tricks that brands do to make you believe that you need to use a lot of product or their product or, these little things. And it's not in the way that we think, like old school advertising. It's through ways like sharing certain types of content that with people using their product in a particular way, or sharing like memes and things like that. So I want to talk about lies that make up brands want you to believe, to buy their products, to use their products quicker, to whatever. Let's save you some money, let's save you some time. Just before we get into that today, if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube, also in real life. It's my goal to help you become a pro yourself, or just someone who's really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then do please consider subscribing. Okay, let's get into the first one. And this is something that you may all be aware of already, but you do not need a highlighter, blush, contour, and bronzer all together, all at the same time on your face. Can you use them? Absolutely. Can you use them all at once? Absolutely. Why not if you're into it? Every single thing that you put on your face, on the outside of your face, is going to add some kind of structure. It may not be contouring, it may not be bronzing, and it may not be highlighting, but it's going to add structure. For example, right now, I am just wearing bronzer. Structure, right? And I have shadows either side of me, so it's naturally adding a contour. If I wanted it to be even stronger, I could add more contour. I'm not wearing a highlighter, but I still have these highlighted areas of my cheeks, because in comparison, they look brighter than this, so it's more of a matte highlight. Brands sell palettes with a bit of everything in, like contour, blush, highlight, bronzer, which is cute. I like that, but don't feel you need to get every single one of them. A fly just came in. Why are you so loud? Something that applies to almost every kind of thing I'm going to talk about is when brands are like, how to get the perfect something. The perfect something does not exist, and you can very much do it with just a few products. The next one is something I'm quite passionate about, and you may have heard me talk about this a few times. Brands that claim either their powder, primer, or whatever hides your pores. It does not hide your pores. You are going to see pores. Skin will look weird without pores. Now, it's not mainly brands directly claiming this. It is brands sharing content of misinformed content creators. So for example, if I took like, I don't know, this is like a powder. I was like, this powder completely got rid of all my pores, and I uploaded a blurry video of my pores disappearing, and then the brand reposted that, was like, look how amazing this product. The brand hasn't directly said this is what this product does, but by reposting that video, they are kind of given the impression without misadvertising that yes, they agree with that content, and yes, it does hide your pores and it will completely get rid of your pores. Brands can do this thing now where just by reposting, they're indirectly quoting and agreeing with that content. I could post about this powder and be like, look how skinny this powder made me. And then the brand can repost it and say, we love this powder. But it doesn't mean that brand has claimed the powder makes you skinny. They never said that, So that's like a really intense example. But, but if you look at what brands are reposting, look at the indirect claims they're making. Does it make your face look slimmer? Does it do this? Does it hide your pores? Does it make your skin look perfect? Does it make your brows perfect? Check out those indirect claims, because they are everywhere, and it's on the verge of like false advertising without actually doing the advertising. One of the ones that really stuck out for me, and I'll try and find it if I can't, I'm really sorry because it was ages ago, was when Mac reposted a TikTok that the quality was horrendous. It looked like it was filmed on the first ever flip phone, and it was blurry, you couldn't see anything, and it was like, look how amazing, no, isn't our whatever this product amazing? And it was like, first of all, where you can't see it because the video quality is so horrendous. I mean, you could apply that primer to a brick on that kind of quality and the brick will look smooth, It's just the most horrendous quality. But yet one of the biggest Are they still? I don't know. Makeup brands in the world reposted this and was like, yeah, look, yeah, this is it. You know, you brands out there know that this is not how your product works. Why are you doing this, Huns? Why are we doing this? Why are we pretending that these claims these people are making in these videos are true to what the product does? Here's the deal, right? If you ever see something on TikTok, see if you can find a video on YouTube, because YouTube, you know, we set up all these lights and these cameras extra for you. So that you can see skin in a little bit more detail, find those channels without any blurring filters on, and you're going to have a good review and an honest review as well. And actually on TikTok, I'm not very good with cameras, I'm not very good with like technology stuff, but I've managed to get a on the verge of 4K upload on my TikTok where you can actually see detailed skin. Double check, triple check everywhere before you run out and buy a product that claims that it's kind of like fixing all your makeup and skincare needs, because the likelihood is the brand hasn't actually claimed it does, but it's given the impression it does, you know what I mean? Here's a big thing that brands play on, right? And it's the fear of missing out. How often have you seen a video or a post where a brand is claiming that a product is going viral? So here's the deal. You can say anything is going viral and everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, it's, you know, it's going viral. I need to run out and get it. I don't want to miss out on this viral product. And especially for those people who are more content creators, they want to keep up with what's viral and they want to buy that product so they can post it and hopefully one of their videos gets more views, more attention, goes a little bit viral. But the likelihood is that by one person claiming something going viral in a sponsored advertisement from the brand sets everyone else off. It's viral, it's viral, it's viral. So these people buy these products. One, just because it's going viral doesn't mean it's good. Two, it's probably not going viral. I have received briefs for advertisements, a brief that says, please mention that this product is going viral. And you know, it might be like a relatively new product, or you've never seen it before, or you hashtag search it and it's nowhere. It's like, it's not going viral, but brands claim it is. So again, if you see a product that's saying it's going viral, it gives the impression that it's a good product and it's working and it's going viral for all the good reasons. Look into it. Is it going viral? Search for hashtag. It's such a wide claim, going viral. And also, is it going viral for all the good reasons? Or is it like the Bobbi Brown foundation where, yeah, it's going viral, but not for the right reasons, you know? So they're creating this almost fear of missing out. And I know as a content creator, you kind of need to jump on those new products for a TikTok to be kind of relevant. And then you get it and you're like, why? Why did I use this? And like, I know I have to review products and see if they're good or bad, but there's some products where people have really overhyped them. The KVD Good Apple Foundation, that powder foundation from, was it L'Oreal or Maybelline? L'Oreal. These products that were basic and sometimes even not that good were so overhyped, and when they first released they were called viral immediately by the people who've been paid to advertise them. Okay, now here's something that I'm kind of caught in between, right? Color correction is something that keeps going and going and going and going. Let me tell you first of all how unneeded heavy color correction is. And I mean heavy color correction with these palettes where there's a purple, an orange, a green, a yellow, or now what you see even more are these multi-tone powders, which actually are actually quite nice if you kind of want to do it. Again, in terms of like just given to like any kind of consumer, it's more of a, I feel like it will die out soon. This is more of like a craze, a fad thing. But how often, as professional makeup artists out there, how often do you use color correction to the extent of using a pure purple, a pure green, a pure orange? It's very, very rarely. A lot of the time, makeup artists will use a peach or a concealer that already exists with a peachy tone. It won't be a color corrector. Yellow is used instead of green for color correcting. It's very, very rarely that you would find a makeup artist using color correctors. Now, when the kind of like makeup industry, in terms of beauty industry, in terms of, what am I saying, makeup brands kind of bought out this color correcting, people started to understand color theory a little bit more, it went crazy. And these brands started to tell people, you know, this is how you're going to perfect your foundation, your skin is going to look perfect, all this kind of stuff. And it's a little bit like, you don't. And some of these basic colors, some of the color correcting palettes, right, it just fades out to white anyway. You use a green, blend it, white. Yellow, white. Peach, you fade it in, pure white. Or it's on the other hand where it's pure orange, pure green, pure something else. And it's a little bit like you don't need, that's something you're adding to your makeup routine that is extensive and unnecessary and just way too much. Okay, so those were a few ways that brands are kind of like trying to catch us out at the moment. I notice it like more now than recently that, you know, this kind of like sneaky way of advertising indirectly through people's made up claims on TikTok. It seems to be the main kind of, what's the word? Culprit? Or Instagram Reels, whatever. So just watch it. Just double check things before you buy. Just look a tiny bit deeper than that surface one post. I've definitely fallen for a few things. And oh my God, read reviews. I never read reviews of products. I don't know why, and I started to recently, and I was like, oh, thank you, you've really saved me some money, so thank you, you know? Well, thank you so much for joining me. Do let me know below if there's anything else that you think brands do to kind of catch us out recently, make us separate with our money, because people are a lot more fussier than they were before. Please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon.